All right, look, the nomination of Judge Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court by President Trump has caused the left to set their hair on fire, rip their shirts, and howl at the moon like wolves. Yeah, they are attacking the fact that she not only is a strong Christian, but they can't stand that her beliefs are serious enough that they actually affect her behavior. You know, there's something I don't understand much. Some of the Democrats who are having a hissy fit because of her faith also claim to be Catholic just like her. But unlike Amy Coney Barrett, they defy their own church's teaching on the sanctity of life, biblical marriage, and religious liberty, even supporting the Democrat mandate that the Little Sisters of the Poor, a Catholic order sworn to assist those in poverty, would be required to provide abortion services in their health care plan. Make sure you get that. Catholic nuns, most of whom are over 60 years old and who vow not to marry or have intimate relations, were being ordered by the government under President Obama to be provided with birth control and abortion services. You got that? It's kind of like forcing Pentecostals to take a vow of silence, or having Episcopalians to take a pledge of temperance, or asking Baptists to pledge never to gossip. I just split the crowd in here, I'm pretty sure. Well, during Judge Barrett's confirmation hearings to be on the appeals court in 2017, Senator Dianne Feinstein actually told her that the dogma is strong in you, basically meaning it's one thing to claim to have religion, but we don't want you to actually take it seriously. You see, the real issue liberals are afraid of is abortion and the possible overturning of Roe v. Wade, the landmark 1973 Supreme Court decision that created right out of thin air a right to kill an unborn child. And since that dark day, over 60 million babies were killed in what should have been the safest place in the world for them, their mother's womb. 60 million. But if the liberals are so convinced that the court was right in that decision and that it was constitutional back then, why would they be worried about it being overturned now? That is, unless they deep down know it wasn't constitutional. But what many people don't seem to realize is that the overturning of Roe v. Wade would not end abortion. No, it really wouldn't. It would simply make the legality of it an issue for each state to settle. Now, in some states, like my home state of Arkansas, it would be prohibited altogether because some of us worked really hard to amend the Arkansas Constitution to recognize life from conception. But in some states, like New York, California, abortion would still be allowed, might even be more of them. I've said for years that for those of us who are really pro-life, reversing Roe v. Wade is not the Holy Grail. What would be important, and frankly, more in keeping with the Constitution, is that we would do something that liberals say they want. We would follow the science. Because if we really did that, you know what we'd do? We'd recognize that at the moment of conception, 23 male and 23 female chromosomes unite in the creation of a unique human being whose DNA is not identical to the mother or father. And then we would identify from that moment that these truths are self-evident, that the baby is equal to the rest of us, and it is endowed by its creator with unalienable rights, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what would be life-changing. And that little person, a person, would be guaranteed under the 5th and 14th Amendments a right to due process and could not be deprived of life or liberty without it. Amy Coney Barrett is well qualified to be on the Supreme Court, and it's not her legal qualifications that scare the Democrats. It's that she takes her faith in both the Constitution and the Bible seriously. You see, I don't think that disqualifies her. It makes her just the kind of person needed on the court, and for that matter, in the rest of government. Wait, don't click that button. Well, unless it was the subscribe button, and then carry on. And while you're down there, hit that little notification bell too, Oh, and if you leave a like and a comment, I will personally give my dog Toby a treat.